Thank you so much to everybody who just made this happen. We are a team, TEAM, together everyone accomplishes more. So happy Friday. Hope everybody had a meaningful Tisha B'Av. I ate a lot of ice cream last night to end my fast, which was wonderful. It gave me an excuse to use those calories. Hope everybody is great. And today, somebody just told me they were teaching. I forgot who that was. I apologize.
Judi.
Judi Cantor.
Oh, Judi, right. Sorry, Judi. And
Okay.
I do know that Barbara Ezrin has agreed to, no, excuse me, Edna Schrank has agreed to sing Mishaberach. And again, as it is our custom, we're going to stop in between the verses and say to ourselves the names of our loved ones and those that we would hope would have good health and healing health. So Edna, if you would start for us. Thank you, Edna.
You're welcome. Mishaberach Avotenu V'kor habracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach imotenu v'kor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of bodies, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Thank you, Edna. Thank you. And Judi Kenter is teaching us today. And Judi, have you taught before? Is this your first time?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I
Exciting.
did not volunteer. I was volunteered. I would not volunteer.
When
but
you
I don't
get
know
up
how to say no.
You get up to this many Psalms, we need everybody to pitch in. So thank you, Judi. I didn't think you had taught us before, so I'm anxiously waiting to learn from you. Thank you. Okay, and I think, do you want Margie to push the slides first, or do you want to speak first?
No, I would like to slide up, and then I'm going to slide up and then take it off just briefly and then go back on again.
Okay, thank you, Judi.
First of all, I want to thank everyone for the honor of joining the illustrious group of Women's League women that have taught us and taught me during this time period. The resources that I used were Robert Alter's Hebrew Bible, Sidur Lev Shalem, Bar Ilan, Rabbi Dr. Jonathan Sachs, Where Does the Divine Presence Live, and the Velveteen Rabbi. Some of them I have to give credit, my husband found. So I just want everybody to look at this and look at the first line in Hebrew or in English. And if anybody wants to unmute themselves and tell me why I asked you to look at it or what sticks out to you.
Moses.
Thank you. Yay! That is it. This is the only psalm that is attributed to Moshe. And so that's, I'm very proud, and that you caught it right away. So one of this psalm focuses on the limitations of the human condition, and the editor may be thinking that as great as the leader as Moshe was, he too was limited in the fact that he did not get into the promised land. A prayer for Moses, the man of God. O Lord, you have been our refuge in every generation. Before the mountains came into being, before you brought forth the earth and the world, from eternity to eternity, you are God. You return humans to dust. You decreed, return you mortals. This is the dichotomy between God being immortal and forever, and humans being mortal and not forever, and returning to dust. For in your sight, 1,000 years are like yesterday that has passed, a watch in the night. Something that's interesting was the suggestion was that it's like looking at God's telescope. It starts out and it's 1,000 years, and then it goes to a day, and then it goes to just a watch in the night. And I just thought that image was nice to me and meaningful. It's also important, we're talking about returning, and I think everybody has their mind on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur coming up. It's 100 days, I think somebody said today. I can't believe it. 100 days to Rosh Hashanah.
Yes.
And the turning back is one of the themes of the High Holy Days. You engulf people in sleep. At daybreak, they are like grass that renews itself. At daybreak, a flourish anew, but by dusk, it withers and dries up. So we are consumed by your anger, terror struck by your fury. This is another way of talking about the fact that God is immortal and humans are not, and that we are born, but then we die. The wrath and fury, that language in Hebrew, particularly evokes the idea of heat and the withering of the grass. You can see in God's wrath, in his heat, we wither and the grass withers. You have set our iniquities before you, our sins in the light of your face. Okay. All the days pass away in your wrath. We spend our years like a sigh. When just the last phrase, the last verse, where it talks again, we can talk about the fact that we're approaching the penitential period and the fact that God knows all. We talk about the book of life and all of our deeds are recorded, and God knows all. The time period we're talking about, I'm going to keep reading first. Our days pass away like a wrath. The span of our life is 70 years, or given strength, 80 years. But the best of them are trouble and sorrow. They pass by speedily, and we are in darkness. Every day and during pandemic seems to stretch a little bit. But all of a sudden, when Friday to Friday comes, I feel like it was just Shabbos, and tomorrow it's going to be Shabbos again. So even though the time seems to be going slowly, it actually goes very fast. And I think that's one of the ideas that we're talking about, is the value of time and really paying attention to the time, and that while we are limited, we have to pay attention. Who can know your anger, your furious anger, your wrath matches the fear of you? Teach us to count our days rightly, that we may obtain a wise heart. Again, this is the mortality of mankind and the eternity of God. One of the things I saw was about a prayer in the old Silverman prayer book. I don't know how many people remember. It was a black book. It was from many years ago. I don't remember the last time I used it, but it actually, one of the things that I read quoted from a prayer in it that I thought was particularly beautiful and appropriate for this. It's the prayer as a meditation on the announcement of the new moon service. O heavenly parent, the approach of another month reminds us of the flight of time and the change of seasons. Months follow month, the year of man's life are few and fleeting. Teach us to number our days, that we may use each precious moment wisely. And it goes on. This is rooted in the teach us to count our days rightly, that we may attain a wise heart, which is from this psalm. So I thought that was particularly good. Even though we don't have the Siddur anymore in most places, I think there probably are some. We have many Siddurim at this point that have been used in the conservative movement. And I think we can take something, each one has something special. I don't know if people notice, people that don't use Lev Shalem, that is the newest one that I've used on the conservative movement. And one of the things it has commentary and poems, which I'll refer to later. Okay. In verse 13, it says, turn, O Lord, how long? Show mercy to your servants. And what, I don't know if anybody noticed, but if you looked at the Hebrew, This is the only place where it actually uses the Yud Hey Vav Hey. The other ones use Adonai as spelled out, but they don't use our personal name that God for God, which is the Yud Hey Vav Hey. And when we're talking about mercy, we want a personal relationship. We don't want a far away God. We want a personal relationship. Satisfy us at daybreak with your steadfast love, that we may sing for joy all our days. Give us joy as long as you have afflicted us, for the years we have suffered misfortune. Again, it's talking about days and years and using them wisely. Let your deeds be seen by your servants, your glory by their children. May the favor of the Lord our God be upon us. Let the work of our hands prosper. Oh, prosper the work of our hands. The sages suggest that this is the blessing that Moshe gave after the completion of the Mishkan. When God created the universe, he made a home for humanity, which is at the very beginning of this psalm, the creation. And when humankind made the Mishkan, we made a place for God. But God doesn't live in the Mishkan, he lives in us because we made the Mishkan. Okay, I just want to share another translation of the last verses from the Siddur Lev Shalem. May the peace of the Lord our God be with us. May the work of our hands last beyond us. And may the work of our hands be lasting. We know that we are mortal, but we hope that what we've taught our children, what we have taught our grandchildren, the people and things that we've touched live beyond us. Even though we're mortal, we have hopefully a good and positive effect on the world. I just want to read a poem that is in Lev Shalem. If anybody has it, this is the book. We used it at the last shul I was at, and we have copies. Pray, and just when I read this, if you can open your eyes, close your eyes, whatever, but actually picture, this is a very concrete description of some of the things that we're talking about in the psalm. Don't let me fall like a stone that drops on the hard ground, and don't let my hands become dry as the twigs of a tree. When the wind beats down the last leaves, and when the storm rips dust from the earth, angry and howling, don't let me become the last fly, trembling, terrified on a window. Don't let me fall. I have so much prayer, but as a blade of your grass in the distant wild field loses a seed in the lap of the earth and dies away, sow in me your living breath as you sow a seed in the earth. So pay attention to every moment. Thank you.
Pay attention to every moment. Thank you, Judi. It's a good message going into Shabbat. Thank you very much. Thank you for that wonderful teaching. And I think Barbara Ezring has the Kaddish list, and she's going to read that list for us. And then Barbara's going to lead us in Morna's Kaddish. So Margie, my tech.
I don't know if anybody has a name to add.
I didn't see anything in there, Barbara, so.
Okay.
Uh,
Evelyn Seelig, Sue Press, Leona Elligberg, First Sergeant Amit Ben Yigal, Jesus Bayena, David Copeland, Louis Hoser, Ivan Stanton, Julie Wynn, Louis Berlin, Hilda Stern, Sylvia Kraus, Hope Dellon, Jack Honowitz, Lillian Benjamin, Cy Kane, Ava Fields, Minna Asserson, Marty Evans, Richard Marheet, Lillian Rappaport, Eden Rich, Idan Ronen Greenstein, Susan Berman Levine, Avraham Ben Hirschleib, Lillian Tobias, Alicia Nimchura, Helen Goldberg, Mark Schwartz, Dr. J. Marlin, Linda Hornick, Rabbi Sigma Faye Koran, Donna Spector, Alan Feldman, Samuel Ben Chaim, Andrew Cortez, Rabbi Ken Roseman, Hannah Rich, Stephen Lazarus, Moisha Miller, Stephen Carlin, Dolores Magan, Richard Marek, Doris Kaufman-Shaman, Benjamin Zimmerman, Moshe Eliezer, Phyllis Haas, Thornton Soup Saferstein, Dr. Merrill Goldman, Ruth Simmons, Moshe Shraga HaKohen Ben Batyamina, Herb Lubars, Rita Rifkin Libman, Julie Horowitz, Georgia Young, Allison Stopel Weaver, Herman Heinitz, Harold I. Abramson, Faye Grossman, Pinchas Ben Avraham, Judy Berger, Madeline Saul, Peter Letterman, Vera Gittin, Rabbi Micah Kaplan, Jack Fisher, Russell Bay, Nisan Yisrael Ben Yaakov Aryeh, Sarah Bat Avraham, Raymond Raskin, Staff Sergeant Adiel Fischler, Rabbi Jonathan Brown, Raymond Sassoon, Herb Rosenzweig, Nachman Ben Leah, Devorah Bat Albert Miller, Ruth Wolf, Debbie Wilk, Joan Sitcher, Hannah Bat Shimon Bekarlin, Helen Rose, Leah Barker, David Adler, Robert Thorpe, Shirley Martin, Robbie Cohn, Ruth Ben Joseph, Margot Grossbein, Florence Lotstein, Pinchas Mendel Ben Yaakov Rachel, Sam Shmuel, Rabbi Shalom Hecht, Rosamond Adler, Joan Steiner, Michael Silverman, Miriam Lehman, and Larry Gamolka. And now anyone who would like to say Kaddish, please rise. Yishadal,
Aliyah Kadash, May Rabbah, Yama Dibra Kibute, Yamli Malkute, Bechayekon, Yomekon, Bechaye, Kol Beit Israel, Akala, Uvisman, Karim, Yimru, Yehesh, Barak, Salam, Olamei, Almaya, Barak, Ishtaba, Yitba'ar, V'yitroham, V'yitnaseh, Yithadar, Yit'aleh, Alal, Yitmei, Yisha, Kul, La'ela, Minkol, Birkata, Shirata, Tushbekata, Echamata, Damiran, Yalma, Yamru, Amen. Shlama, Mama, Min Shemaya, B'chayim, Aleinu, Yalkol Yisrael, Imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom B'komav, Ya'aseh Shalom, V'yalkol Yisrael, Imru, Amen.
Amen. There were two names that were added at the very end, and we did not read the names. Deborah Albert asked us to remember Sylvia Albert. Is that a yurtzeit, or is that?
That is a yurtzeit.
Okay, we remember her with. May her memory be for a blessing. And Marlene Ostro asked us to remember Dr. Stephen Schreiber. Marlene, that's also a yurtzeit?
No, it's a Kaddish. He moved from the Mishaberach list.
Oh, we're sorry for your loss. Okay. We'll put him on the perpetual list. Thank you, Marlene. So I want to thank Barbara Esring for reading that very long list all week long. And if someone would like to read the list for next week starting Sunday, please put your name in the chat and Barbara will send you the list. We thank Barbara for it's a very long list, and it's very difficult to read those names and to make sure that you pronounce them all and give them all the kavod that they deserve. So thank you, Barbara, for that. If you would like to read the list next week, please put your name in the chat to everyone, and we'll make sure that you get it. If you'd like to teach next week on Friday, I'd love to hear that also. We thank Judi today. Judi wrote a very cute note in the chat saying that she was a nervous wreck. I can't believe it, because Judi teaches all the time. So thank you, Judi. It's been a great week for me, and I hope for all of you. I wish you Shabbat Shalom. I hope it's restful. I hope it's meaningful. And, you know, thank you for being with us. We're just really happy that everybody's
We're
together.
going to sing happy birthday to Lori today, please.
And I forgot what Lori, because I've only talked to Lori 15 times already. So Lori Snow, happy birthday. Where are you? Let's see if we can spot.
Region President. Where is she?
Lori is Region President of Mid-Atlantic Region, my Region President. Here you are. Let's see if we can spotlight you. There you are. And we can all unmute ourselves and sing happy birthday.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lori. Happy birthday to you. Many, many more.
Birthday.
Thank you, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
Have a wonderful
Thank
birthday.
you. Have a good
Thank
weekend.
you. Bye, everybody.
Debbie,
Yes.
can I just thank everyone who came to the Meet the Author program last night? And if you
Sure.
weren't,
Why don't you do that?
if you weren't able to join us for some reason, I understand some people had some problems getting in. We have recorded it, and as soon as the recording is available, Allison is going to send it to Rabbi Ellen, and she will make it available to the Women's League. And we look
Great.
forward to having you at all. We have a lot of programs coming up, so we hope to include everybody.
Very good. Thank you for bringing that up,
Thank
Susan.
you.
Susan is teaching on Sunday for the first time, so we all want to make sure
Yay.
we look forward to
Thank
that,
Judy for
Susan.
some lead-ins today.
All right.
Gave
You
me
know
some
what
good
I
ideas.
always say? I say we're a holy community, and we're all here doing the same thing. So, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Debbie Goldage, I have a question.
Yes.
I'll come
you have
back.
an answer.
Shabbat Shalom. See you Sunday.
Have a good
Shabbat
Shabbat.
Shalom.
Okay, thank you. Good Shabbos.